Wednesday, it was a Wednesday?
It was
in April. A Wednesday in April, and we had news from Nick, the bar manager, that the rumours are true, guys. The place is closing down. 5 days' time, this place won't be a pub anymore.
I'm sitting outside by the Ivy House.
This was very much our local pub. We'd come here at the weekends, often for a drink during the week as well. And yeah, we absolutely loved coming here. It's a really unique venue and very sad when it was lost.
On average now, 2 pubs in London alone are closing every week. So that's over 100 pubs every year.
We really felt that void in the neighbourhood. It just left the local area with a bit of a hole in the middle.
Britain's pubs are a special part of this country's heritage. They're also a very important part of every community. They're often the only place in the community where neighbours get to meet together. And they're great equalisers as well. It doesn't matter if you're unemployed, doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, everyone's equal in the pub.
A few of us got together on that Wednesday in the pub, just naturally gravitated towards each other, talking about how we were all very upset about the news and what could we do to stop the inevitable happening. So a group sort of naturally formed of like-minded people. When it closed, I was obviously very keen to get involved and try and do something to help save the pub and make sure that we didn't lose it.
What people picked up on first of all was that it was a Grade 2 listing pending on the building. And if this could be somehow pushed through, at the end of that very week, possibly this might help save the pub. A developer was going to be the guy who was going to be buying the place. And he could have come in on the Monday morning, and we wouldn't be sitting in this pub now.
English Heritage decided that this pub was worthy of Grade 2 listing for a number of reasons. It's a wonderful example of an interwar pub that was built in the 1930s and that is largely intact. This bar that I'm sitting at now is part of a large central serving area which served all the different rooms that radiated around it. And that was the classic layout of a pub since Victorian times. You could have the same staff in one serving area serving 4, 5, 6 rooms. You've got wonderful wood panelling on all the walls. Over on my right here you've got what was originally called the refreshment room. It's like a mock Jacobean dining hall, banqueting hall in miniature almost, with heraldic emblems around the walls. There's a huge inglenook fireplace, there's built-in settles. So it's a room of great character. In the room that I'm sitting in now was the entertainment room with a stage at the back, which was in itself quite a rare feature for backstreet suburban pubs like this. But the jewel in the crown of this pub, for me, is certainly the bar to my left, behind me, which was originally, I guess, the public bar, although that is open to debate what it was originally called, but it really is the jewel in the crown. It's like stepping back in time. It's like a living, breathing example of how our ancestors used to drink in the 1930s.
So when the pub closed in April last year, that section of the Localism Act, the section that deals with assets of community value, wasn't actually enforced. We weren't able to list it until the autumn, but in the intervening period we were able to do a lot of work on our business plan and start thinking about what the building should be and start engaging with the community and getting other people on board and finding out about their ideas for the building.
We set about writing a profile of the neighbourhood which really set the scene for why this could really work as an exciting project for the community. And in doing that, it really helped us think about what are the pros and cons of the pub, how best to position it when we're thinking about how we would run it in practice.
I've seen the sky and the birds today.
We got the building listed as an asset of community value in the autumn of 2012. And once so that council have listed something as an asset of community value, you get referred to an organisation called Locality, and Locality signpost you in the direction of other groups that might be able to help you. So, for example, we got referred to the Plunkett Foundation, who gave us some really helpful business development advice, and they also point you in the direction of potential lenders to help finance the acquisition. So they suggested we contact the Architectural Heritage Fund, who turned out to be our lender, and have lent us 550,000. So the community right to bid really opened all those doors for us, because it was once we got the building listed as an asset of community value that we started to kind of make real progress. We are a community benefit society, which means we're able to issue community shares. We've got a target of 100,000 by the end of May. The capital we're raising through the community share issue we're using as working capital, so that we have a reserve when we open to pay our staff wages for the first few months, pay our suppliers for the first few months, and also potentially, depending on how well the share issue goes, to start thinking about reinstating the second entrance to the front bar, which will really open up the space and make it much more flexible. We're able to pay a moderate amount of interest on people's shares, but really it's also an investment in the community itself, and the return you get on your investment is a social dividend as well, because we hope it'll be an absolutely fantastic venue that everyone can use, and also just contribute to the character of the neighbourhood and make Nunhead an even better place to live.